Imagine spending hours on a research paper only to lose marks because of poor referencing. Shocking, right? Well, in today's video, we're going to make sure that never happens to you. My name is Lerato Kanomsa of All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. If you are a student, a tutor, a researcher, a lecturer, or in any way part of academia, then you are in the right place. So click the subscribe button below to get notified every time I upload helpful academic videos such as this one. This whole series and this video in particular is about Harvard referencing. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room by briefly defining these terms that we normally just throw around without paying much attention to them. Referencing is a way to give credit to the source that you have used in your paper, your research, your essay, generally in academic writing. This is basically you declaring that you have used someone else's words or ideas to help you make your argument. Relax, this takes nothing away from you. You are still the mastermind, but we know you didn't do it all alone. And that is a good thing because it shows that you have people backing you up with what you are trying to sell us. Harvard referencing is a style that you use when you are giving credit to those sources. A quick disclaimer here. Harvard referencing is not the only referencing style. There are a number of other styles. However, Harvard referencing is amongst the most popular ones globally and my personal favorite and probably your professor's favorite too. Harvard referencing consists of two main components: in-text citations and a reference list. In-text citations are the credit you give in text of your paper, your research, or essay as you write. Yeah, the in-text gives it away, right? Anyways, those are like text at the end of the words or ideas that you have borrowed elsewhere, entered every time you borrow those words or those ideas. While the reference list is the list of the sources you have used in text with a bit more details entered only once per source. So, in-text citations tells the reader who said what and when. And the reference list tells the reader in which source was it said by giving the title, and it tells the reader where to find that source by giving the publication and some more information. So then, without in-text citation, there is no reference list because what exactly are you referencing if you have not tagged any words or ideas in your paper? Also, including in-text citation and not adding a reference list at the end of your paper is criminal because you are giving half information and no one knows where to find the words and ideas that you have tagged. Honestly, I have seen a lot of students who either write a whole paper without any in-text citation and just simply add a reference list at the end because apparently now they want to show that they have used words that are not their own. Wow. Or students who include a specific quote, then cite an author, and sometimes, and very few times, include the date of publication, but do not include a reference list at the end to show the title of the work and the publication of the source that they have cited. Do not be one of those people. And to ensure that you not be one of those people, the format of the series is going to discuss how to cite a specific source, but also how to enter it into a reference list. So we are going to look at the elements that are needed in the in-text citations and the element that you need for a reference list so that when we move on to the specific source type, there will be no confusion. Please give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far or if you find it helpful. Before we get into the elements of in-text citation, we need to understand which in-text citation you are using because there are two types of in-text citations, one for direct quotations and one for paraphrasing. A direct quotation is when you take word for word from a different source and insert it in your own work. This sentence is normally put in quotation marks, showing that these words have been said or written by someone else elsewhere, the exact way you are inserting them into your paper. And this is done for different kinds of reasons, including the fact that this person has said these words perfectly that you cannot see or think on any way how you could rephrase it to make the same point. Or you just want to take these words and insert them in your paper so that you can engage them, be it to critique them or be it to support the argument that you're already making. Paraphrasing, on the other hand, is when you take an idea or the words from another source, but not word for word. Instead, you insert it in your paper using your own words to rephrase what was said or written in the original source. This is done mainly to fit the idea or the wording in the context of your paper or the context in which you are writing to suit your writing style. The required elements for in-text citations for a direct quotation is the author's last name, date of publication, and the source locator. This means the page number where these exact words can be found within that source. For paraphrasing, the required elements are the last name of the author and the date of publication. Here, you do not need to include the source locator because there is no page where you can find the exact words in a sentence. This is how I remember it. If you take word for word from a source, you need to include a longer in-text citations. If you paraphrase the words, then you only have to include the shorter version of the in-text citation. So the elements of an in-text citations are the author's last name, date of publication, and the source locator. Now, the elements of the reference list is the same as the elements of the in-text citations, but remember here, you add a little bit more of information and just give complete information about that specific source. So here, you add the title of the source and the publisher of the source, the place of publications, the page range for journals, and the URLs for website. So if you have used John Smith in your paper, you will cite it in the text as Smith 2020 in brackets. And if you've quoted directly from the source, then you will add the source locator, which is the page number. Then in your reference list, you will enter Smith, J, period, in brackets, the publication dates, which is 2020, period, and the title of the book in italics, the name of the publisher, and the place of publication. I hope you've been taking notes, lovelies, and if not, no sweat. Just download my Harvard referencing guide by clicking the link in the description. It is free and it covers everything that we've discussed in this video. Also, do subscribe to this channel so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, in this video, we have covered all the elements that you need to cite in text and to enter the sources into a reference list. But this is in the most general sense. If you want to know how to cite and reference a book that is written by one or more than one author, or an author that is a contributor to an edited book, then click the video that is appearing on your screen right now, because this is the video that is going to show you how to cite and reference books with all referencing dynamics, as I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.